now the topic is what are the excipients we are using in the tablets. Under that, the first one is diluent, or we can call as a filler or bulking agent. What is the role of diluent? Means it will increase the bulkiness. See, this is 50 mg, means less than 50 mg tablet. Less than 50 mg tablet we can call as a potent drugs. In order to increase the bulkiness of these potent drugs by using fillers or diluent, we can call as a diluent. This is we can call as a diluent. It means increase the weight of the tablet. See, whatever the 50 mg tablet is there, it's very difficult to manufacture, or it's very difficult to handle the less than 50 mg potent drugs. So in order to increase the weight, as well as to increase the handling, means for proper handling of the tablet, we need the diluent. Means increase the bulkiness of potent drugs. In diluents, majorly we are using inorganic materials and organic materials. Under inorganic materials, calcium carbonate we are using. Under organic materials, we are using the carbohydrate and modified carbohydrate. Under the carbohydrate source, we are using the sugars. See, majorly the disaccharide what we are using as a diluent means sucrose, lactose. Sucrose, sucrose, lactose. Sucrose and lactose we are using as a these are the disaccharides we are using as a diluents. But the thing, what is the disadvantage of this disaccharide? Means sucrose will cause carcinogenic in nature. Sucrose is having carcinogenic in nature. And this lactose is produce the Maillard reaction. Lactose will produce Maillard reaction with the amine containing compounds. Majorly the sulfonamides. In case of sulfonamides, we are not using lactose as a diluent. In case of sulfonamides containing compounds. So this will, what are the disadvantages? Lactose, Maillard reaction, sucrose, carcinogenic in nature. So in order to alternate to the disaccharides, we are using as a sugar alcohols. What are those? Mannitol and sorbitol. Majorly we are preferring the mannitol, means it is having negative heat of dissolution. Means it is having some cool sensation in our mouth. Hence we are majorly preferring the mannitol. Sugar alcohol, COL alcohol used. So mannitol is used in case of the lactose incompatibilities. Means if lactose is producing incompatibility with any amine containing compounds, lactose is not used in amine containing compounds. Hence instead of lactose we are using the mannitol. Next one is modified carbohydrate. First one is microcrystalline cellulose, MCC, microcrystalline cellulose. MCC nothing but microcrystalline cellulose. This is having poor flow. Microcrystalline cellulose is having poor flow. So in order to enhance the flow, so what we have done means modified, we have used, hence the modified starch and modified cellulose we are using. Under the modified carbohydrates, we are majorly using microcrystalline cellulose. It is having disadvantage that it is having poor flow. So in order to enhance the poor flow, I have modified this crystalline cellulose into the other compounds we can call as hence modified starch and modified cellulose derivatives. We are using instead of MCC. This is about diluents, fillers or bulking agent.